Welcome to the We Love Wrestling Spot. My name is Terry. I'm with Nicole from Down for the Count and Danielle from the Pretty Hills. Today, we are with the only African woman wrestler. We are with Queen Aminata. How are you doing today, man?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you for coming on. The first question I usually ask, because I'm going to kick it over to the ladies, is what started your love for wrestling, or why do you love wrestling?
Well, I'm from Africa. We don't have wrestling there. Well, live wrestling. We have wrestling on TV. So, I guess I want to be live wrestling for my people. Here I am.
All right. I've seen some of your live wrestling. Let me just say you're hard hitting. You're very adept. Why are y'all laughing? It's serious. I mean, she comes in and you know that she's actually come to do her work. She can fly. She does flip. I saw her do a flip out the ring, which I was amazed. Didn't know that was in your repertoire. To take it back a little, the first time I actually seen you wrestle was a year ago at a Rise show. When I saw you, I first saw you because I walked in late. You was sitting on the ring. They was doing the meet and greets. Then I saw you in a match, and now to see that your progression a year later is very good, and I see big things for you.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. But let's see. You said it in Africa you could just watch it on TV. Who were some of the wrestlers that came out to you on TV?
Brock Lesnar.
I've heard this from you. What excites you about Brock Lesnar?
That's my man. That's my man. I'm telling you, that's my G right there. Hey, listen, I know he's married, not my man now. He's like my man in the ring, wrestling wise, okay? Because I know people get things twisted. No, I'm just a big, huge fan of Brock Lesnar, since day one. So,
have you ever met him?
Not yet. But you better believe I don't care what people say. I meet that guy, I'm jumping. I'm like, listen, bro, I needed to do this, and now, okay, I'm gonna leave you alone. That's it. I'm done. I swear to God, because I love him. So why not?
Danielle, you want to get some of this? I'm gonna drop out for a second, but I'm gonna come back in.
Yeah, I want to know more. Like, so what do you love about Brock Lesnar? Because a lot of us in the wrestling community, we stereotype, right? Or we assume.
Yeah.
So I would have never thought you'd have said Brock Lesnar. Like, what do you love about Brock Lesnar?
I don't know. His character, he's like the way he carries himself and the way he wrestles. Like, it's all about being strong, being powerful, being him no matter what, and he doesn't care if he loses his contract or if he does what people want him to do. He's doing him. And I'm all about that. Like, I do me, no matter what people say. Like, I will listen to what you have to say, but at the end of the day, like, I'm the boss of my own life. So, like, I guess that's what I love about him,
He's your spirit animal.
Yeah. I just love him.
I love it. I love to hear like left field stuff like that. Things that like fun facts, things people wouldn't assume or they wouldn't like be able to speculate. Like they would I would have never called that.
Even my trainers, like the first time we met, because they ask, every student, like, who's your favorite wrestler? And out of nowhere, I was like, oh, Brock Lesnar. It was like, what? It was like, I wasn't expecting that from me. I was like, oh, okay. Well, now you got it. So, yeah.
So Brock Lesnar being a favorite, more so of his character traits and like, what he kind of stands for and emulates. Who would you say that you, for the lack of better words, like mimic your wrestling style after?
I would say Asuka.
Mm.
I'm very particular about people. I like people, but I don't like people too at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yes, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I just like her style, and I realize why I like her style, because like me being able, to wrestle among Japanese people, I was like, oh, this is what I missed. Like, this is what I needed in my life, and this is what I was seeing on TV, but now I'm living it. So I just love her. She's cool.
Yeah, she is cool.
Hard, so why not?
Yeah. Yeah. I think she's dope. That's like a good combo. You got like Brock Lesnar who's on one side of the spectrum, and then you got like Asuka on the
I
other side.
know. I know. I love her.
Nicole, I'm gonna kick it to you.
Okay. So I know you're obviously within, you're the first, I would say, African wrestler that we have, especially like coming up through. And I just love seeing that, especially the past couple years, the visibility of just wrestlers that look like us
Hmm.
coming up and getting more shine and getting more noticeable.
Yeah.
And I think for me, and then I think also I could speak for Danielle for this, and even Terry, like someone who's like comes straight from home, because
Yeah.
regardless, even though we haven't been there, that's our home, that's where we came from, that's Mother Africa. So it's amazing to see you come and making and coming up through the ranks and really starting to shine out here. So do you feel a responsibility in a sense of trying to make sure you're like, okay, like I got to do this or I have to do that, or do you just take it in stride?
It's half and half, because when I first started, it's crazy, but I didn't want to be like the African wrestler. I wanted to be a wrestler from America because that's what I knew on TV. And then as I progressed, I was like, this is not me. I'm losing part of me that I love and I enjoy. And when, like, in that sense, I have to be responsible. I have to make sure, all these girls that message me and stuff like that, I have to be, there for them. Maybe not physically, but like, morally, I have to be there for them. But at the same time, too, I have to make sure I keep myself in check so I don't lose that part of me, that enjoy wrestling and don't worry about all the stress that come with it. And like,
Mhm.
because people would think, oh yeah, it's a fun business. You look at everybody's smiling, you get in the ring, everybody's looking at you, but behind the scene, that's the hardest part. So when I started, that was like very, very difficult for me. But now that I progress as a wrestler, as a woman, and especially as a Black woman, I just have to make sure I keep myself in check all the time. I mean, not all the time because I'm a mess half of the time, but I try. So yeah, I would say it's half and half.
Oh,
Okay,
Nicole,
and
really quickly, I'm sorry. What part of Africa, what country in Africa are you from?
Guinea, West Africa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nicole. I just wanted to know that.
oh no, you're fine. Actually, I like to know that too, so I'm glad you asked. So speaking of that, and I know obviously like coming to America. So at what other part of the country, or not even the country, what part of the world would you like to spend some time and wrestling for, whether it be a week or a month or year or whatever, that you think that you can really sharpen your sword at?
I want to know the European style too. I want to go there too and see how it is. Um, I want to wrestle in Africa too, but I know that's something that was supposed to happen, and because of all the coronavirus thing.
Hmm.
But I just want to be everywhere, anywhere that I can land and showcase my art and tell people, listen, it's okay to dream, it's okay to be who you are and still go for it. Then that's what I want to do. But it's one step at a time. Again, I'm not gonna go ahead of myself. I'm still living the life that I'm living, and I'm very happy and very proud so far. So yeah.
So all that. What is the most fun thing about your character, or what is the most fun thing about what you do as a wrestler that you wouldn't expect before you really started partaking in this journey?
That I'm very fun to be around. Like, I mean, I realized that I was like, okay, I entertain myself, but I never knew I was, and like an entertainer, like just in general. There's just that part of wrestling that brings such a joy in my heart, and I feel proud too. Like every time I go somewhere,
Mhm.
that's why I make sure like every single thing that goes on my body and that I do in the ring is me. so I can enjoy myself to the fullest and be the queen that I am. It's not a gimmick. I get people, this is not a gimmick, okay? I'm a queen. So,
That's right.
so yeah.
And then just one more question, then I'm gonna kick it back over to Terry. So who is your dream opponent? And it's regardless of promotion or if they're signed or not, or a man or woman or whoever. Who is like, I need to have a match with this person. I don't care how it happens, but it needs to happen.
No doubt. I want to have a match with us
Mhm.
one on one. Yeah.
I think that'd be dope. I feel like Asuka is also one of those people, like, she literally can't have a bad match with anyone. Like, it
She's
just can't
amazing.
happen.
Yeah. And it's crazy because before I started wrestling, like I was watching wrestling in Africa, but I never knew nothing about her. Like I just knew, people from WWE. That's all I was able to watch on TV.
Mhm.
And then after, I started discovering and watching more and more wrestling, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't like this. I like this. Okay, I can take this. I can take that. And then I saw her. I was like, okay, now I like everything about her. So I was like, oh, right there. So yeah, I would love to have a match with her.
I love it. Okay, Terry, anything you want to add, sir, while you're
Um,
lingering in the
I
background?
I had a quick comment. I stepped away for a moment. I apologize. I did you get to talk about her headdresses?
No, I thought, no, we should talk about that.
Yeah, like so I noticed that a few of your matches that I've seen, you have like different headdresses. Some people come out with kind of the same similar gear, just different colors or extra sparkly or not. Like your hair, I know that you said, it's not a gimmick, you're a queen, which I totally am with, and I totally respect you for that. But your headdresses are so like regal and royale. Like, do you get those made or do you create those yourself? And like how many do you have?
I have a bunch. I have four. I have
Wow.
four different ones. I at first I started creating. I did my first two, and then after that I worked for this promotion, War Wrestling. There is one ref right there. He's very very creative. So he
Hmm.
surprised me with the like my favorite one that I wear all the time. It's the gold one that I wear right now. He's like, "This is for you," and I was like, how comes me? Like this is totally me. And then he made extra too. So I kind of change around because I have a bunch of gear. I change it around all the time. And I like to match and feel like a queen, look like a queen, wrestle like a queen. So yeah, I have a bunch of them.
They're amazing. They're beautiful. And I think they just, the way you come out and the way you wear them, I'm like, I would think you're like a fake wrestler and a real queen, right? Not the not the other way
No,
around. So
thank you.
like,
I love them, and it's funny that you said it because one time I went to wrestle. I think it was Indiana or somewhere, but I came straight from work and I went to wrestle and I forgot my crown, and for some reason I felt that I left a big part of me at home. Like it
wow.
was so weird that day, and I'm not gonna lie. Like I had a match, but it wasn't me. It was just like there's something missing. I don't know if you
Yeah.
get me. It's like
Oh.
there's something missing right there. But yeah,
I love it.
thank you.
Terry, you muted.
I'm muted. Oh, I got.
Yes.
Okay,
He's the
I'm back.
best.
Why am I? What did I do?
Nothing.
So okay, so you're a queen. So let's see. If you could have a royal court of maybe 2 to 3 wrestlers in a group with you, who would you pick?
A royal court. Well, I gotta bring my mama Faye Jackson first.
Okay.
That's my twerk sister right there. I'm telling you, it's just I gotta bring Faye. Who do I want to bring next? Is it like in the what independent scene or anybody?
It could be anybody.
Everybody.
I want to bring Thunder Rosa because she's dope,
Okay.
And I have my sis Rachel Raylin. She's just like another vibe. It's just like she's so like I don't know how to explain her. She's like a little crazy fireball everywhere. I don't know how to. That's Rachel. So I have those are my four people right there. Well,
Oh,
3 plus me, 4.
Faye Jackson, Thunder Rosa, and Raylan.
Raylan.
All right. I
That's a
like
mess right there. A lot of nastiness. Mm.
The best type of
that's
nastiness.
that's a bad faction though. If you think about it, that faction to kick ass.
Oh, I'm telling you. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
I agree. That was good.
Just saying. So off wrestling for a second. A queen, do you have a king out here? Can we like
Uh,
can we find you a king or find you a mate? Can we do like a show or a raffle or something? You know,
A
see,
raffle?
I'm not a raffle. You know, like a bachelor series. You know, get a king on your arm or something.
sometimes a queen needs a king, but not all the time. And this queen
That's
right here
right.
don't need a king. She's a queen and a king. So
Oh, you
how
got
about we
both.
don't worry about the king and focus on the queen?
That's
Oh,
right.
That's better.
That's right.
kill
Queen
him,
Elizabeth out here, Zolo. Shoot.
kill him. All right,
I
we
mean,
can
she
see.
has Prince Philip, but he don't do
Nah, he
shit.
had that. He ain't nobody. He
Mhm.
just
Yeah,
keep his feet warm.
Or he can
facts.
just stay right there, background, like, no, I got this, honey. Just sit down. Don't
He
worry.
can carry. He can carry the bags.
That's right. Hold
He
the
can carry
purses.
your gear for you.
He can hold the scepter.
All right,
Not
Wrong
directly. He
question,
has to
because you
have
all
like he has to have like
cannot.
a pillow for it.
well, let's talk about the Generation Championship Wrestling Diamond Cup. You will be facing someone straight from their mama kitchen, mixing it up. Miss Red Velvet. I saw the video you put out on her. So, are you ready for this match?
Am I ready for the match?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a question because I'm always ready.
Mm.
You know.
Okay. Now I seen in the A block is you, Red Velvet in the first round. Then you have Renee Michelle and Saul Guerrero. If you were to advance from the first round to the second round, who you could face. And then in the B bracket, you have Killer Kelly, Priscilla Kelly, Zoe Sky, and Vita Bon Star. Who would you think would be your biggest challenges in
All of them, to be honest, because they're on that board for a reason. So I'm not going to take anybody lightly. At the end of the day, it's just a matter of like who can go. And I know I can go.
that?
You know, they can go, but I can go too. So
Mm.
let's just see.
All right. Let's just see what happens. I'm putting my money on, like I do every time. I'm not picking anybody just yet. So we will see what will happen with that. I,
Yeah.
I, I do want to talk about one thing though, because I was here in Indianapolis and you were here in Indianapolis, and I got to see you wrestle for the Pan African World Dysphoria Championship in an actual good match. It's up on YouTube. We love wrestling. Check out the match. How did you feel going after that title?
Um, I was definitely, humbled by it because it came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting to go for the title. But then at the same time, I told myself, I'm like, well, there is a reason why you are there. Like, yes, everything happens for a reason. But when it comes to wrestling, nothing happened for no reason, you know? And I love Trish. I never wrestled her. I watched her, wrestle at Angel Gate. I was like, huh, that's very interesting. And being two strong, beautiful black women and being the main event, going for that title, it was more like go home, you know. It's just go for it, And I mean, I didn't win the match, but who knows? It might happen again. You never know. So yeah, I was definitely again like I was very nervous before my match too because after the pandemic, like having a big match like that, I was like, my body, my head, like my everything was hurting. Like I was so sore, and I had matches like the night before. But I came and I was like, I just need to go in my calm zone and just do what I do best, and I just gave my best.
Let me give a testament because I was there. It was a hard hitting match. It was a good match. I enjoyed it. You
I
know,
skip that
first
part.
um, first time. I mean, it was a different experience for me because I'm used to watching. So, I was able to stand by the ring and record it. So I picked up on a lot more than I would pick up if I was just sitting in the crowd. So I was very impressed by the match and by your match here at Shimmer 118 when you did the outside dive, which I was shocked about. I was sitting front row, and little kid and his dad didn't seem like they wanted to move at all when you when you came crashing down on everybody. Are you feeling okay after that? Because that fall was.
I know it was nasty. It wasn't pretty, but again, that's one of those things that you don't have to look too much through it. Like you just go with the flow and do it because when you're in the ring with people, you're putting your life in their hands. So you gotta take care of each other no matter what. Yes, it's a match, but at the end of the day, we're all professionals. And there's some stuff that happen. You cannot blame anybody. Don't even take the blame road. Take the experience road. Okay, this happened this time. How can I not do this next time? And that's how I think about it all the time. My back hurt, my body hurt, but I mean, I'm still here. I'm not dead. So
Hey,
so
enjoy.
yeah.
Loved it. Before we do our last spot here, Danielle, Nicole, anything before we close out?
I just wanted to say that thank you for coming on here and speaking with us. I know you got a busy day, well ahead of you, or night rather. So again, I appreciate for you taking the time to talk to us. I'm so excited to see where your career goes and everything that you're going to do and going to accomplish in the future. Because we rooting for everybody black over here. That's I know that just might be me, but that's in general. So I'm so excited to have you on here. And again, thank you for taking the time of speaking to us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I mean, I echo Nicole's sentiment. Like, I also want to say thank you for spending the time with us. I want to say that we've done quite a few of these spotlights, and you come up a lot. And I mean, your peers heavily respect you, and they see you as a very unique and genuine human being. I mean, everybody wants to kick your butt, right? So I don't have to tell you that.
They want to
'Cause that's
kick it or they want to kiss it. What did you
no.
say?
A little both, right? But you're highly, like, as far as the talks and the spotlights that we've done in the past, you're highly respected. And fortunately, I'll get a chance, hopefully I'll get a chance to see you next Friday in person for the first time. But I'm definitely a fan from afar. Like, we've seen your matches, and fortunately, like, I've got to see a lot more independent wrestling, like, under a closer lens, being during the pandemic and stuff. But thank you for the work that you do. Thank you, for being a proud African woman. Thank you for, I have a daughter, so thank you for, like, setting an amazing example. She's a huge fan of wrestling, and like Nicole said, it's so representation matters, amazingly. And I'm so grateful to see, like, a brown African woman, out here doing this. And I mean, you're doing it great, right? Because anybody can get out there and do it, but you're amazing. So thank you for that, and thank you for your hard work. And I know your body hurts, girl, because my body hurts for watching you. But thank you for all of the work that you do, and, like, we'll continue to cheer you on. We'll try to be that motivation that you need to keep going.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it means a lot. Thank you.
Our last spot segment we have is called the "Put Yourself Over" moment. Uh, I'll just say my little part. If you guys are ever able to see Queen Aminata out, go up and talk to her. She's very fun in person. Makes you laugh and everything. I enjoyed our conversation. Don't crack any jokes. I don't know. She might try to. I don't know. Something might happen to you, but I'm not going to talk about that. But Queen Aminata, this is the "Put Yourself Over" moment, where you tell us about your social media, anywhere we can get your t-shirts at, any new things you have coming. Just let everybody know how they can support you.
Yeah, I mean, thank you guys already for supporting and for having me here. I appreciate you guys very, very much. And me being from Africa and having the support, not for my people, but for the people from here and accepting me for who I am. That's a big plus already. And if you guys want to support me more, I do have my YouTube channel. It's Aminata Silla, or you guys can follow me on Instagram, which I tried to hide, but now I can. It's AMISYLLE. And yeah, I post all my stuff there. And don't get offended because I talk a lot of BS. So if you follow me there, just be prepared. That's all. So yeah.
Hey, she keeps it authentic. That's what we love. So if you are following, you get offended, that's on you. But
That's right.
Queen Aminata, we appreciate you for coming by and giving us this time. Like everybody said, we do thank you. Danielle from Pretty Hills, Nicole from Down for the Count. My name is Terry. I'm what we love wrestling. We're all what we love wrestling. And like I always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's too sweet for the culture.